Manganese can cause death of cell nerves, of even in brain development, and we know that the brain is not fully developed until after the age of 2. And we know that manganese is necessary for normal development, but we don't know the level at which it becomes toxic.
And nobody knows how much over what period of time might be toxic to a fetus or to a young child. I would strongly suspect that 24 hours would not be anything that would be toxic. But what about a week? What about a month? I am very worried about it.
Yeah, for example, our children were sick. We waited all winter for the summer and looked forward to the good weather, and each of our children experienced 3 to 4 sinus infections this summer. So as soon as we would get one child well, the other one would get sick, and they had to be on 3 courses of antibiotics each. So our whole summer went by with illness after illness after illness, and they don't deserve that.
Sinus infections, asthma problems are high in the valley. They may be high in the valley without the pollution. It's hard to say because we do have the pollution. But that's disturbing, but it's almost something you might be able to live with. The question of the neurotoxin, the manganese, is more disturbing because it's subtle, it affects intelligence. And if you're raising children and let's say your children could have an IQ that's 5 points higher except for the activities of a local industrial polluter, wouldn't you choose to leave for the benefit of your children? I mean, it may be a subtle effect, but it's preventable.
Even today, it doesn't seem like we're any better off than we were years ago. And the sad part about that is, I've already lived my life, and even though I'd like to live a bunch more years, I just worry about the kids in the area and what they're going to have to put up with.
There are a lot of little babies being born every day, and every one of them is being affected from the minute they come into this world by the crap that plant is putting out.
I took flying lessons 20 years ago, and I became a pilot, got my private pilot's license. And at that time, we used to fly in and out of the area. While I was getting my license with an instructor, and we used to come back from the north, and it would be a perfectly clear blue sky day, and it would be towards evening. And I made mention one time to my instructor, I said, "Oh, look at that yellow haze that lays over the valley out there." And her comment was, "Yeah, it's always there. You don't see it when you're in it, but it's always there. And it takes an intense load to blow this stuff out, because as you know, a valley sits in like this, in a river valley. So what happens, most of the pollution that's generated by these plants, the air and the pollution is heavier than the outside air. So it just sits and meanders up the valley. So it's not hurting us, it's hurting everybody that lives in these valleys up and down the river. So it's not confined just to this area."
After those, why do we have to become the chemical valley? This is an area, it's proven, if you look into history, there were Indians that lived here and they called it the smoke hole. Why? Because look at the configuration of the land. Stuff stays here. Why would you invite people to pollute the area, when you have a situation where it's not going to leave?